Hi, this is KP. I'm going to teach you the shortcuts in arithmetic and reasoning. These are helpful for you in banking, SSC, and other competitive examinations. Also helpful in ISET and technical round of software jobs. So please watch the videos till the end and make your valuable suggestions and advices in the comment box so that I can make the videos efficiently in further. If you find this video is helpful for you, then like and share the video and subscribe my channel. Thank you in advance, and I am going to start the topic now.
Hi, this is KP. Welcome to KP Concept Classes. In previous video, I already explained you some concepts, and in the final, I explained that if both numerator and denominator increases with a constant difference, then how the value it changes. Now we learn further concepts. So see here the equality of fractions. If you observe here 1 by 2 and 2 by 4, 3 by 6 and 4 by 8. All these are equal. You well known about this because here the shaded region for all the fractions is the same. So they are equal. But the concept here you are going to be learn is how they are equal. So if you take the pair 1 by 2 and 2 by 4, these two fractions, if you observe, the numerator 1 is increased 2 times and the denominator is also increased for 2 times. Both are increased for the same number of times. Similarly, if you observe 1 by 2 and 3 by 6, here also the numerator increased 1 is increased for 3 times and denominator 2 increased for 3 times. So they are equal. So again 1 by 2 and 4 by 8, observe them. Here also you come across that the 1 is increased for 4 times and 2 is increased for 4 times. So they are equal. Similarly 2 by 4 and 4 by 8, the numerator 2 increased for 2 times and 4 increased for 2 times. If the numerator of a fraction is increased the same number of times as the denominator, then the value of the two fractions will be the same. From this comparison, the concept that we are learned is the increase in the numerator of a fraction in the number of times is same as the increase in the denominator the same number of times, then the resulted new fraction is equal to the given fraction. So this is also useful in the comparison of two fractions. Now it is the similar concept that we can observe in the case of ratios. Here A is to B, the ratio can be expressed as A by B, and we know that the ratio cannot be changed if it is multiplied with a constant C or divided with a constant C. So that is A is to B equal to A into C is to B into C. And A is to B is equal to A by C is to B by C. So the same rule here we applied for the fractions. This can be further understood with the help of an example. In this question given that the fraction which is equal to the 7 by 11 and the choice here given A 14 by 44, B 14 by 33, C 21 by 44, D 21 by 33. Let we apply the previously observed concept for this problem. We are applying the concept for option A 14 by 44. If we compare this fraction with 7 by 11, the numerator 7 is increased 2 times, whereas the denominator increased for 4 times. So both the increase is not same for the fraction. So 14 by 44 is not equal to the given 7 by 11 fraction. So the second option 14 by 33 is comparing now. with 7 by 11. The numerator 7 is increased for 2 times and 11 is increased for 3 times. The increase of numerator and denominator is not same, so 14 by 33 cannot be equal to 7 by 11. Further, if you observed the comparison of C option 21 by 44 with 7 by 11, the numerator 7 is increased for 3 times whereas 11 is increased for 4 times. So the increase of numerator and denominator is not same. So 21 by 44 is not equal to 7 by 11. And finally, the option D, 21 by 33 is observed. Then 7 is increased for 3 times and become 21, and 11 is increased for 3 times and it is 33. The increase of numerator and denominator is same. So 21 by 33 is the equal fraction for 7 by 11. So the answer is option D. Now we are going to learn a new concept, further the equality of fractions. If the increase in numerator is more than the denominator of a fraction, then what the value of the fraction will happen? So look here, the first example, 2 by 9 and 14 by 45, the two fractions are comparing. So here 2 increased for 7 times numerator and the denominator 9 increased for 5 times. So numerator is increased for 4 times. So the resulted 14 by 45 fraction is more than the whole fraction 2 by 9. So this can be observed here. 2 by 9 is less than 14 by 45 here. Under these fractions I listed the decimal values for your better understanding. 0.22 is more than 0.32. Similarly, the 5 by 3 fraction is compared with 20 by 39. Here 5 increased for 4 times and become 20, and 13 is increased only 3 times and become 39. So the increase in numerator is 4 times and the increase in denominator is 3 times. So the increase of numerator is more than that of denominator. So the resulted 20 by 39 is a fraction with big value, and the comparison here made is 5 by 13 is less than 20 by 39. The decimal values also observed here, 0.38 less than 0.51. So with this we can learn the concept that for any given fraction, the increase in the numerator is more than the increase in the denominator in terms of number of times, then the new resulted fraction is more than the old fraction. So this can be used for the comparison of two fractions. If the first fraction is taken as smaller one and second one is bigger one, and if you compare the increase of numerator and denominator, one can decide which one is big fraction. We are going to learn the converse of the previous concept. If the increase in the denominator is more than the increase in the numerator, then what will be happen? The resulted new fractions. Let us consider a pair of fractions 5 by 7, 10 by 21. The 5 numerator increases for 2 times whereas 7 is increased for 3 times. So the denominator becomes the big value. So the resulted 10 by 21 fraction is smaller one. So the comparison resulted as 5 by 7 is greater than 10 by 21. This can be confirmed in terms of decimal places. 0.71 is more than 0.47. So this concept will further can be more understood by another pair of fractions, 6 by 13 and 8 by 52. The 6 numerator increased for 3 times whereas denominator increased for 4 times. So 18 by 52 resulted fraction is smaller than 6 by 13. So we can set that 6 by 13 greater than 8 by 52. So in decimal places we can observe that 0.646 is greater than 0.35. From the comparison of the fractions, here we learned that if the increase in the numerator is less than or smaller than the increase in the denominator, then the resulted new fraction has smaller value. That is, the first fraction has larger value than the second fraction, in the comparison, we can decide which one is smaller and which one is bigger one. This can be applied for any two or more fractions. Comparison of two fractions. If the increase in the numerator and denominator is not exact number of times, it has some more value, then how we will find the big fraction and small fractions. So for this, here we observe the first two pair of fractions, 8 by 11, 28 by 35. It is 8 is increased 3 times and additionally 4 plus 4, and 11 is increased 3 times plus 2. Here if you compare this 8 and 11, they are only 1 time. So here the additional increase 4 and 2 is, now compare, 4 is more number of times than 2. That's why the resulted 28 by 35. Numerator increased more times sooner. That's why the 28 by 35 has more value. That's 28 by 35 is greater than 8 by 11. This can be confounded with decimal values, 0.80 more than 0.73. Furthermore, if you observe the second pair, 6 by 13 and 14 by 30, the 6 increases into 2 plus 2, whereas 13 is increased into 2 plus 4. That is 6 and 13 comparison. The 13 is more than 2 times of 6, and here if you observe increase in numerator is 2 and increase in denominator is 4, only exactly 2 times, not more than 2 times. So the increase in numerator is more. That's why the resulted fraction 14 by 30 has big value. So we can express it as 14 by 30 is greater than 6 by 13. This can be confirmed with decimal values. 0.467 is greater than 0.462. Fractions 6 by 13, 14 by 31. Here the numerator increased into 2 plus 2, the denominator 13 into 2 plus 5, and here the old fraction, the smaller fraction, numerator and denominator, observe 6 and 13. It is 13 is more than 2 times of 6. So now the additional value is 2 and 5 compared. So 5 is more than 2 times of 2, the increase in numerator. So the denominator increases more times, so the resulted value, that is bigger denominator na. That's why 14 by 31 is smaller. So 6 by 13 is big fraction or big valued fraction. So in the comparison, 6 by 13 is greater than 14 by 31. This can be confirmed for your confidence that 4 by 0.462 is more than 0.452. So finally, the fourth pair of fractions observed here, 7 by 21 with 18 by 29. Here the numerator is increased into 2 plus 4, denominator is increased into 2 plus 21. Here the old fraction, smaller fraction, numerator is 7 and 29 compared. 29 is more than 4 times of 7. That's why the additional values compared now 4 and 21. Here 21 is more than 5 times of 4. That's why the denominator increased more times. So the resulted fraction has smaller value, and the first fraction has big value. So in the comparison, 7 by 29 is more than 18 by 79. That is further confirmed by the decimals. 0.241 is greater than 0.228. We learned that the increase in numerator and denominator is the same number of times, and but not exactly. Then there has some additional value. We have to compare the numerator and denominator to decide the value of the new fraction, and then we can decide which one is the bigger fraction and which one is the smaller fraction. Previously learned concepts to solve this example problem. Here we have the smallest fraction among the following fractions is, where option A is given as 9 by 13, B 17 by 26, C 28 by 39, whereas D 33 by 52. So we compare the pair of two fractions to decide the smallest one for these given options. So the first pair is 9 by 13 and 17 by 26, A and B. So 9 is increased for less than 2 times. 9 2s are 18, but it is less than 2 times, whereas 13 2s are 26, it is 2 times. So the denominator increased more times. That's why 17 by 26 is smaller than 19 by 13. 9 by 13 is greater than 17 by 26. So here again, the next option 28 by 39 is compared with 9 by 13. So 9 numerator increased more than 9 3s are 27, more than 3 times, whereas 13 3s are 39, exactly 3 times. So the increase in the numerator is more. 28 by 39 is big value fraction. So 28 by 39 is more than 9 by 13. Again, now we compare here the smaller fraction 17 by 26 with the last option 33 by 52. 17 twos are 34, but here it is not for 2 times, whereas 26 twos are 52. It is increased 2 times. So the increase in the numerator is more. That's why 33 by 52 is the smaller one and 17 by 26 is the bigger fraction. That's why the ascending order, if you observe here, 33 by 52 is less than 17 by 26 is less than 19 by 13 is less than 28 by 39. This is the ascending order. So that's why the smallest fraction is 33 by 52. Your option is D. In this way you can decide the smallest fraction by observing the increasing number of times.
We will meet in the next video with more advanced concepts of the fractions. Till then, have a nice time and bye.